Hey, what's going on, Bromigos? I'm going to show you guys a 30-0 flawless game. I'm playing with Block, Decoy, Geronimo, Noob Friendly, and the Sunman, Solaris. And I want to get right down into it. I want to say, first off, congratulations to EliteBlade, Elite Queen's little brother. He recently graduated from the Cordon Blue cooking school, so he is like a full-fledged chef with all the bells and whistles to go along with it. And was it a couple months ago that he got hired at Facebook or intern at Facebook? Okay, so it was recently that he was selected to be an intern at Facebook. And within the first couple weeks, they hired him because everybody loves EliteBlade. Now, I told you that because I want to tell you this. Let's see, last night, or yesterday afternoon, he just finished carving a turkey, and he was cutting slices off and everything. Cleaned the knife, and I don't know if he was like rushing or he was distracted or something, but he cleaned the knife and he was putting the knife away. It was unstable? Okay, so he was putting the knife away on an unstable like board because they have the knives on the wall for some reason. Whatever. It's California, there's an earthquake, knives can be flying everywhere. I don't know. That's them. That's their rules, their policy, whatever. So he was putting the knife on the wall, and the knife that he described to me that he was putting away was the equivalent of a hot knife going through butter is the way this knife cuts through meat. So if you guys want to think about that for a second, it's pretty damn sharp. Now when he put this on the wall, it kind of wiggled because it was unstable, and it fell, and it like, I don't want to say nicked his hand, but it like, I guess gashed? Would gashed be the correct word? So gashed, nicked, cut, his skin was like split apart, so it's the ring finger on his left hand, and it's the first knuckle underneath his fingernail on the underside, so it's on the bottom part of his hand. The cut goes semi-diagonal across his finger, and like there was like a bunch of meat hanging out. And the thing that gets me the most about this is that this accident happened at 4:35 p.m. and there was he told the supervisor they gave him a band-aid. At the time there was no meat hanging out from his finger, but there was a lot of blood, and I don't think a little band-aid would have sufficed or been sufficient for this type of wound. Now, later in the day, around 10:30, is when they finally came around to write up an accident report, which was almost, 6 hours later. That boggles my mind, because at Facebook, there's like tons, it's like a recreated, I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but it's like half an hour, 20 minutes away from our house. And the whole Facebook complex is basically like a recreated city. There's different little shops in there that kind of get off the vibe of like Chipotle or McDonald's or something like that. And there's workout places, there's spas. Now the thing that I'm talking about right now is that why wasn't there any kind of medical attention being given to him right off the bat? Like, he was bleeding a lot profusely when it first happened, and they gave him like a little band-aid that basically squoze his finger together. Didn't really help or do anything except for keep his finger together. And I don't know, it didn't seem like... Oh, and then on top of all that, they made him sign a paper saying that he doesn't think he needed medical attention at that point. So when he was picked up by his mom, Elite Queen's and EliteBlade's mom, they came home, and he was showing us, and we're like, what? And Queen almost fainted, because she was seeing like meat hanging out, and it was just crazy, disgusting, and bad. What? Oh, and yeah, she was passing out, almost passing out. So we took him to the ER, and we had to wait there for a couple hours, but he finally got seen. They stuffed the meat back inside of his finger. As bad as that sounds, that's what happens. Or that's what happened. And they had like 7 disturbingly long needles go inside of his finger to numb the base knuckle of his hand all the way up and down his complete finger. And they're shoving the needles in every single angle and through the cut, through the wound, reopening the finger meat blood area, and everything's just gushing, and Queen almost passed out, and it was just woof, like wow, it was bad. But in the end, he got 4 stitches. He got his meat stuffed back in his finger, and then he got 4 stitches. It's all cleaned up, and hopefully it'll be healed up in a couple weeks. And he's gonna have a damn nice scar to go along with that for the rest of his life. And in other news, Splatoon is going to be getting a pretty big update on August 6th, which is going to allow people to reach a max level of 50 instead of the 20 that we're at now. The ranked battles are going to be going from A+ to S and S+. And on top of all that, teams are going to be implemented in the game so that we can get together, party up, and then go into a lobby and just completely decimate people. And I cannot wait for that, because that is what that's the Splatoon I want to play, is with my buddies, so that we can squid bag the enemies and not squid bag each other. Ninu, yeah, I'm talking to you, Ninu. Okay, so if Splatoon is getting so much DLC and so much weapons and maps and all that falls underneath the DLC category, why wasn't Ghosts or Black Ops 2 able to get DLC or maps or weapons and extra stuff and camos for guns and stuff like that? I don't get it. Was like Activision had a fallout with Nintendo, kind of like EA did back when the U first came out? I don't know if you guys heard about that, but it was like EA wanted to have, I can't remember the name for it. It was like EA Universe or something, and they wanted to set up their network instead of having the Nintendo network. They wanted to set up a EA network and then run it completely for Nintendo. And Nintendo was like, no, we got this. And then EA was like, all getting bitchy about it, and they just cut off all the games. And the last Madden that came out for the Wii U was Madden 13. That was a pretty awesome game. The touchpad compatibility with creating your own plays and having your own routes. You can go left, you can go right, you have little zigzag plays for your tight end or your wide receiver, your running back. It was pretty cool. And I don't know why it's like just like a one and done kind of thing for that console, but like again, it goes to the architecture of the system and how it's different than the Xbox and PS3, and I don't know. I hope the NX comes out sooner than what's expected of it. But yeah, I hope you guys like this 30-0 game. Leave a like, leave a comment. I value your guys' opinions, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.